Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, welcome back.
Okay, thank you so much. Apologies for that technical issue. I was having issues sharing on my computer screen. So the solution that we're focused on working on today for the hackathon was a system of having a blog on the blockchain. So you take as much information as you can and put it on the blockchain, and then take the main blog content itself and putting that on IPFS. So you let the blockchain and IPFS interact with each other, and you can pull data from IPFS as needed, and as well from the blockchain, without the user needing to connect a wallet or any of those information. Plus, this decentralizes information completely, where your blog can't be taken down by any central system that's controlling it. So what you have here is a demo of what our application looks like. We have MetaMask installed that's running on our local network, and you have IPFS Companion installed. So how this works is you load the mobile app, you load the app itself, and you're able to see the contents that are already existing on the blog itself. So and this works entirely based off of a smart contract that's running on an EVM, which is an Ethereum network. So you can click and read the content of any particular post, or you can connect your wallet and create a post. So to do all that, you can, click this and select an image and upload that, and this goes straight to IPFS. And you can add a title to your blog and add any extra kind of contents that you want. And then when you request to create your post, it opens up MetaMask and asks you to submit it. So once that's completed, you can view the post as needed. So this is the title that we selected, and this is the content that we passed into it. So then you come back here and you're able to see, all right, this is the title and this is the image that was selected. This is the title and this is the content. So it looks quite simple because we really joined the hackathon super late, and this was an idea that we had, and it was still on the drawing board, and this hackathon kind of brought it to the front, and we decided, you know what, let's go for it. So but the idea of it is to be able to introduce data management and some kind of content management on the metaverse itself. So when it comes to bringing the blockchain adoption to the general user and IPFS, anybody anywhere can access this without getting banned anywhere, and the blog itself can be entirely hosted on IPFS as well, and you wouldn't have any problem with that. So this is the basics around the detail of what we're working on, and that's it.
So that's all for the project right now. I think you can. Yes. I think you can stay at the homepage of that I don't know, website or blog.
Okay.
Okay, so it seems like a simple blog, but it's based on IPFS, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So the core idea is to avoid deleting by the centralized administration.
Yes. So the metadata of any contents that you create gets pushed onto the blockchain, and then the actual content itself lives on IPFS. So the actual blog content, for example, let me show you, this whole content is getting pulled from IPFS. The metadata, which is, the author of the blog, of the content, the title, and all these other details, live on the blockchain. So these are two different systems focused on solving two different problems, but are combined together in order to provide a seamless experience.
Okay, so I noticed on the homepage there's a sentence called like content management, organizing content on the metaverse. So how do you explain the concept of metaverse?
So metaverse it's still, of course, it's still a very it's an idea that's still in its infancy, but basically is us being able to live, it's us being able to have a persona on the internet, having having a life, a different life, if you will, on the internet. And Web3 is kind of making that available to us. I know everybody else seems to be focused on payments and how we're using it to manage and make money or transfer money and all that, but the blockchain, of course, goes beyond that. So just, NFTs is one thing that has brought us closer to the idea of what the metaverse looks like. And content, of course, doesn't only include text. Why we started off with blogging was because we wanted to solve one basic problem first, and then we can move over to other types of content, which could include streaming. When people can have their music on the blockchain, on IPFS, for example, and then you can stream that and get royalties, and they can sell a specific number of music, or they can sell royalties for their music, something like that, so people can buy. And also, that doesn't only include music, it's also videos, so we'll be able to manage, just having a system where we're able to organize. The data is not centralized, but then we have an organized way of being able to view the data. That's the goal.
I see, yeah. So basically, actually, I've talked to many projects that built on IPFS, and basically their first step is to use IPFS as an alternative of the cloud storage. So how do you think about the difference between cloud storage and IPFS?
Well, when it comes to cloud storage, most times, let's say, for example, about 90% of what we consider the internet now lives on AWS. And I remember there was a time when a part of AWS was down and a lot of websites were taken down as well. So they weren't accessible for about 2 hours or 3 hours. And so most people can access some apps that they need to work for the day. Slack was down, I remember that as well. But when it comes to IPFS, it's truly decentralized. When we have more systems and more computers connected to the IPFS node, what happens is you get different people or pairs that are connected to the same, you're connected to them, and you can request files from them and they can get it to you. And without you knowing each other and without having to deal with the stress of, oh, what if this person's computer is off, or this service provider's servers are down. You don't have to worry about it. Of course, right now it takes a little bit of time for data to circulate around on the IPFS node. Actually, I was experimenting with something earlier today, and I tried to upload a file, and it took a minute before I requested for the file back, and it took a minute before I got the file back. But with more people onboarding and getting onto the platform and being able to connect to the node and give out their drive spaces to for other people to add content and be able to circulate and make content available, IPFS really truly decentralizes what Ethereum and the Binance Smart Chain is to money and coin and financing is what IPFS is to storage.
Yes, I agree. So I think IPFS can be called a evolved version of AWS with more functions, more features, and more higher security, I think. So
Yes.
next question is, we know that you joined the hackathon very lately, but we saw your performance in the BAC African hackathon, and Voter app is amazing project. So for the blog, what's your next plan in the near future?
So there's still a lot that needs. So when you talk about content on IPFS, not just that, but just migrating from Web 2 to Web 3, Web 3.0, we're still very new and it's still at its infancy. Content is there, of course, it's on IPFS, but then there's still a lot of things that haven't been considered yet. For example, when people on the current web today, people have certain contents behind the paywall, and so certain people sell certain contents as needed, or whichever way they want. But what we're trying to do is move that pin when it comes to how content is today and evolve it over to Web3. Web3, I know a lot of people have heard it said over and over again that Web3 is the future, and we still have a long way to go. So when it comes to the blog, what we plan to do is make it open source so that we can get as much contribution as we can as well. And then, of course, be able to make content, organize content properly the way that it needs to be it videos or audios or files, and be able to organize sharing. And there's still a lot more things to do, because even when you look at our code, which I apologize, we didn't make it open source just yet. If you look at our code, we have a part where we are allowing for co-authorship. And co-authorship is where you can write content, you can collaborate with other people and be able to write content, and that gets put on IPFS, and then it gets written to the blockchain that you co-authored something with some other people. So there's no denying that someone took your work and someone published your work without you. So it puts that element, it takes away the conversation of trust, and we're able to just focus on what we're doing and what we're building individually and collaboratively. So that's one of the problems that we're trying to solve, and one of the things we're focused on.
Great. Yes, I totally agree. Web3 is the future, but before that, many new dApps and infrastructure need to be improved first. So good luck to the blog, and good luck to your other projects in the future. Thank you for joining the live demo today, and also see you tomorrow for the project quick pitch, because the judges from Protocol Labs and Filecoin Foundation will all join us for the live session. So see you guys next time. Thank you. Have a good day. Goodbye.